Yeah, I mean, we've come with a cold open.
You put the lime in the coconut and shake it all up. I've been obsessed with that song.
Dun, dun, dun.
I've been singing it around the apartment. I can tell it's irritating Emma.
Yeah.
So we were putting up a Christmas tree yesterday, and all I'm doing rocking around is like, you put the lime in the coconut and make it all up.
It reminds me.
said, Dog.
You know how every Christmas the Corona Christmas commercials.
Which ones?
The Corona has the Christmas commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, reminds me of that.
That's like, I love Coronas. That was my beer of choice when I was in
Corona
college.
is a solid beer. I like it. I'm not even really much of a beer guy, but every time I have one, it's like, this is pretty good. This is episode 2 of our midweek series entitled A Brief Inquiry into Literary Relationships.
Yeah, totally took that title from a band. But that's okay. Great artist stealing.
Boom.
Ask Tarantino, even though he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, so if you are unfamiliar with this or have not listened to the previous one, these are little, more or less 10 minutes, little mini episodes where we just riff off a random literary quote.
Yeah, this episode is hosted by Senor Hendricks today.
Yeah.
So,
are you ready, Bo?
I am.
Would you be so kind as to give me a number 1 through 4?
Oh, you did 4?
You did 4 last time, didn't you?
That is 3.
Yeah. Well, I won.
Actually, you know what? Someone's going to fact check me. Email us at onceuponatone22@gmail.com and see whether I'm right, and then I'll give you a baseball card.
That we have signed.
And
we may or may not send you a card for the show as well.
Yes.
They're called business cards, but we're not really business cards. They're just promo cards.
It's not really a business.
We will send you a hand signed thank you note.
Anyway, my number's 2.
Number 2?
Do you want me to pick number 2?
Well, I'm asking you. Is that your pick?
Yeah, that's
okay.
my pick.
So this is from Lolita, actually.
Oh yeah, baby Nabokov.
Yep. Says, it's a short one.
Okay.
Human life is but a series of footnotes to a vast, obscure, unfinished masterpiece.
Oh. You know, that's funny that's the quote today because I got done reading in SOAR time. You know, I get the lunch detentions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I spent pretty much most of that talking with our friend Meredith. And then the second half reading about different concepts of the afterlife.
Okay.
And then I got into Bertrand Russell and Deleuzian philosophy about, unification and stuff like this, where how you experience reality and the differences that make up where there's a spatial difference, right? And we respect that, or there's some type of... I'm losing you. I can feel it. Anyway, I just think it's ironic that was the one I picked.
Yeah. You did all this within an hour?
Yeah. Yesterday, I read about process philosophy, Whitehead stuff.
Okay.
Talking about how each moment by moment is a constant flow of time. And then, what is time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? This is getting freaky. Nabokov is great. Or Nabokov. Nabokov?
I believe it's Nabokov.
I don't think it's Nabokov because they make fun of Sting when he says it in Don't Stand So Close to Me. Maybe. You know what? Don't matter.
I've never heard that song, so I can't comment one way or another.
It's a footnote between an unfinished masterpiece, eh?
Human life is but a series of footnotes to a vast, obscure, unfinished masterpiece.
Yeah. No, I'd say that's pretty accurate. That is pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think it just goes to the fact that it's, as our lives progress, ideally we will refine and continually improve.
Oh, you're saying that in the view of one of us, our life would be unfinished no matter what because it ends so abruptly. I took it as in a whole esoteric way, as in we're yet just tiny footnotes in an ever expansive and uncontrollable universe.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you could take it both ways.
I think it's
You
interesting.
take
if we do.
collectively or individually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Should
We
we,
were looking
should
at
we
this.
should we discover this some more? Should we further into the nether regions?
Yeah, oh, we got time.
That's right, we do.
We have about 20 minutes, but
like-
we will
yeah.
try
On
to
my
limit it
lunch.
in the interest of keeping it with a mini episode. We'll try to wrap it up within 10 minutes.
Right.
So you looked at it, you took it as a view of kind of humanity in general.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, which book is it from?
Lolita.
Okay, Lolita.
Yeah.
So, what is the context of that quote? Because I've never read Lolita before.
That I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you not read Lolita?
No, I have.
Okay.
I thought about books that were on my shelf that I really enjoyed, and I just searched for quotes from it.
You could basically take anything from his novels, and it'll be
Oh, yeah.
a masterclass in the written language. No, I mean, give me a second to process this a little bit more.
Well, while you're processing that, let me
Right.
say a few things. So so the quote again is, human life is but a series of footnotes to a vast, obscure, unfinished masterpiece. So,
I like how if it's from the humanist standpoint, from the individual, I like how he implies that every single person is working on their own masterpiece.
yeah.
Just like there's a song by the great Bob Dylan called "When I Paint My Masterpiece."
Another Dylan reference.
Always, I get about once an episode, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I would say, because ideally, we would finish our lives better people than when we started them.
You would think, yeah.
An ideal world. Or maybe not better, because I believe everyone's born inherently sinful, but like more refined. They're aware of you're more aware of your ways, and you're more able to go along the right path, more or less.
Yeah. Sinful is a really interesting term, because in order to imply sin, right, you would have to have foreknowledge of doing something wrong. So when we put sin on a kid, the kid he has to learn through experience, right?
Yeah, but as a Christian, I believe we're born with sin, because Adam,
Right.
Adam and Eve sinned, and they passed it down to us.
Yeah, Genesis is pretty cool.
Yep.
I like reading Genesis a lot. Do you know it was written as a poem? The way that it's structured?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's poetry.
That's awesome.
Job is all poetry.
Yeah, man. You want to read a good translation of Job or any of the wisdom books, check out Robert Alter.
Robert Alter.
Oh, man. That is devastating. It is beautiful, too.
Yeah.
And, that's not really my whole... I like all the concepts of God, Godhead, different religions and stuff like that. But even I was blown away by the prose of it. Yeah, even the tiniest little faults and details in any beautiful painting, has some merit to it. So I would agree with that, with what you were saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, process of learning, you have to make the mistake in order to figure it out, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what too many of the youth of the youth of today does not recognize.
Where you have to fail?
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of our culture is based upon immediate consumption.
Oh, yeah. Delayed gratification is a lost art.
Oh, absolutely.
Or maybe a lost art, a lost value.
Yeah, well, that would require interaction with it. Most people want to interact with something on a very, how do you deem it, separate kind of way, right? Where they don't want to learn about, some people don't want to learn about what's happening in the world. They want to view it as if it was like a television device or something like that. Like it was just mere entertainment, not actually happening. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do. People don't want to put in the effort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's we're talking about white noise last week. That's what DeLillo was talking about when he said all these natural events were happening and people were just watching it as if it was mere entertainment.
Yeah.
I can feel the Danimals yogurt I consumed kicking in right now, man. My brain is firing on cylinders that I can't even follow.
I mean, yeah, I can't really follow you either.
Nah, man. I'm feeling good, though.
Yeah, I can tell. You're pacing around, walking around.
Nah, that's just a beautiful quote, though,
It is.
to be real honest. And I
Human
dig
life is but a series of footnotes to a vast, obscure, unfinished masterpiece. Yeah, it can be taken multiple ways. Like, you know, each human life as it goes along should be naturally refined if we live it well. Or
If we
you could take it, you know, on the broad scale too, in
Let's
terms
think
of like.
in God and stuff like that, universe. Here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Let me hit you with something. Try and follow me. I'm gonna try and throw this at you.
Okay.
I'm trying to articulate it as best as I can, so bear with me in mind. God is constantly creating. If there is any sort of being, some divine, sacred being, right? He is constantly in creation. Because in order to know oneself, you'd have to be constantly creating, right?
Yeah,
How do you think about pantheistic?
I don't know that I would agree with that
theology?
statement.
No, you
That
think
he's
God is
always creating.
that he's always creating. You don't
Yeah.
think that there's some sort of impermeant material?
I mean, he definitely has his hand in society, but I don't think he creates physical things anymore. I think that's over with.
Well,
I think he
how
definitely-
would you define God in the was it Thomas Aquinas, or where he says omnipotent,
Yeah, omnipotent,
omniscient, and
omniscient, omnipresent. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I believe in the
so would
biblical
you
God.
would you believe that in terms of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
How it flows naturally. Do you think that he can know things while we can't? Where
Oh,
we go forward
oh,
in
for
time,
sure.
he can go no matter what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think like if you think of time, so we think of time as kind of a, I don't know, like a linear thing that we only have knowledge of the present and the past.
Okay.
Whereas because he created, I believe, because he created the earth, he knows when it's going to end. He sees it all. So as a continuum. So whereas we can only see a small picture of it, he has the grand overview.
So we're kind of thinking about the same thing here in terms of that quote then.
Yeah.
Maybe, in a sense.
Yeah.
But
Where are we going with the pantheistic?
well, God is in nature, like Emerson says.
Oh, I thought you
You
meant
know?
by like pantheistic, but there are like multiple gods.
Oh, no. What am I thinking of then?
I mean,
That's-
I guess pantheistic could imply everywhere. I think pan to me pan implies like everything. So I was thinking it's
Whatever is when God is in nature and stuff like that. I might be totally off here. I thought it was. It's not monotheistic, because that's one. Anyway.
It would be one though.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, basically one God in everything. But I guess what you're getting at is if you believe like, you know, nature has spirits. Like I don't believe a tree has a soul. I just believe it's
You don't?
It's a tree. Yeah.
I believe a tree has a soul.
Really?
The way it communicates with other trees, the way that it adapts itself. It's pretty astounding stuff, man.
I mean, I would attribute that just to the genius of God's design of it, though.
That is also a different topic for another day.
Yeah.
Anyway. Time is interesting, man. The Danibles is working. I can feel it.
Yeah. Speaking of time, have you watched any more Dark?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot I need to catch up on.
Yeah.
About to finish Euphoria.
Okay.
It's really good.
Yeah. I kind of refuse to watch that because it's HBO, so it's like porn.
Nah, HBO is great. It's my favorite streaming service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you know what? That's a top tier quote right there. I give it 5 out of 5. Here's the thing. I might not have been making it any coherent, any coherent thought or whatever, but it has triggered something in me that is making me think in terms of beyond myself. And that's good literature to me.
Yeah, just to recap, the quote is, "Human life is but a series of footnotes to a vast, obscure, unfinished masterpiece."
Beautiful.
Do you think we should read the other quotes that we could have chosen, or do you want to?
No.
No? Okay.
We'll leave it to the audience.
You know, maybe I will save those for the next time I host this.
I dig it. All right.
Go USA. They face off tomorrow against the Netherlands.
Go anybody. I don't care about soccer.
Bo's not a soccer fan.
No.
He doesn't care.
I like Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso sucks.
No, it doesn't. It's one of the best.
It's like a
shows ever.
feel-good show.
No, it's not.
It's like They make so corny lines. It's like
Nope.
it's like a feel good TV
Hey,
show. Yeah.
Everyone has their own opinions, and I respect anyone's opinion, but that one is just straight up wrong.
Well, you're wrong.
I know.
Your mom's wrong.
Oh, my mom's a
Whoa.
saint. With that note, have a good weekend.
Be sure to write us.
Yeah, please.
Please, please, please. We're begging you.
No, we're not.
Email us onceuponatome22@gmail or direct message us on Twitter.
Yeah,
onceuponatome22.
Or Insta. We already got one.
We already got one. Yes, we're gonna mail him something, right?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
John,
we do-
no relation,
we-
Wayne.
We have to ask
We
him
got-
for his
we
address.
got something coming
which,
for you, my boy.
which could get creepy.
No.
No.
Well,
All right. Well, till next time. Hope you enjoyed this second episode.
yeah. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Peace.